I am taking you inside the home studio of local ceramic artist Yael Shomroni. She makes beautiful, functional pieces of art that you can use in your kitchen every single day. How did you decide to start making food-related objects? So like the olive oil jugs and, so as opposed to just decorative objects, the work that you do is very functional.
Most of them start because I love to cook. Most of them start with things I need. But then, I play with it. So
Because you're an artist, that's what you do.
I enjoy, and I'm very attracted to oval shapes.
Okay.
So at a certain point, most of my pots started to become oval.
Well, it feels very organic that way. What exactly are you using to make these? I mean, it's clay, but what kind of clay?
This is stoneware, just regular brown stoneware.
And so once you finish with the shaping, then you fire it, right? Then you cook it.
Right. I fire it the first time. It's called bisque firing, like bisque. And then you glaze it.
Okay. And the glaze is what I love about your work.
Electrical glazes used to be very boring. It was, there was no depth to them and very flat colors. Even before, I like to develop my own glazes. So I started to develop this one, which is actually 2 glazes and a stain. Glazes never, before they're fired, never look the same.
Yeah.
This is going to be the green glaze.
Oh, it's like magic.
Yeah.
I love it. I've noticed, I have one of your vases at home, and the glaze on it is very light blue. It's very kind of uniform. And then I have an olive oil jug of yours from a couple of years ago, and it is more drippy. It's less uniform. And I noticed that a lot of your latest work, you have a lot of just the plain stoneware down below, and then just the blue.
And that has a lot to do with where the pot was in the kiln. And some other things that I have no control over. Every time I open the kiln, it's just a big surprise.
But isn't that part of the fun of it?
It is. Sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's not.
What were your first pieces like? Did you do this type of work, or were you doing more sculpture?
The first pieces were, in the beginning you just tried to make a decent cylinder.
I'm sure
is
it's
really
tough.
hard.
Yeah.
And
Now, is that really kind of the fun part, is being able to look at a shape and say, this is what I want this pot or this jug to be like? So each one, even though they have similar characteristics, they all have their own personality.
And they're all different. Done.
So this is the kiln.
Yes.
And it's electric.
It's electric kiln.
Okay. So these coils just heat up.
Yes.
And bake.
Yes.
So we were discussing earlier, the first stage after you've created the pot and it's dried.
Yes.
Then you have the bisque fire.
Exactly. So put it in that stage, and when it comes out, it looks like this.
But it's at a lower temperature.
It is.
Okay.
And that makes it strong enough for me to handle it while I glaze it.
Okay.
And
so you apply the glaze at this stage, inside and out.
Inside and out.
Then you put it back in.
Right. I glaze it. I fire it once. And when it comes out, I usually put it back in.
Okay.
For a second firing, because it causes my stain to run some more.
Okay. Give me a rundown of the different things that you make.
Olive oil jug.
And I love this. I have one, and I just love using it. I love the sound that it makes, and it's just beautiful. Just sits right there, and it's just this little piece of art on the on the counter. It's absolutely gorgeous.
And then you see, I just love making oval shapes. So.
And these are baking dishes. These can go in the oven.
Everything is dishwasher and microwave safe.
I don't know. Yeah, it's functional, beautiful pottery that you can just. I love this particular handle shape.
I love that one. Enjoy handles, so I always need to come up with new handles.
Yeah, it's just.
And most of it is pretty simple, but it looks different.